thought it was a milk top, didn't you? Dear, where was... How thick down was that then? There. What, there? Oh, my... Oh, I don't believe you. God, Jim. Stone me. James, Jacobus. Dear, oh, flipping heck. What's this?
Enter our man who's already claimed the site.
What's going on? Well, can't you see we're metal detecting? You can see what's going on.
Oh, this is my patch, pal.
Well, we got permission to be on here.
Hey?
We got permission to be on here.
Oh, yeah? Who from?
Ingle, farmer.
Eh?
John Ingle, the farmer.
Farmer?
Yeah, Wymerley Hall.
Right. Have you found out on here, then?
Not yet, no.
You haven't found anything? Hey, well, what was that Mickey Mouse thing?
That Mickey Mouse thing?
Yeah.
That pays for itself.
Oh, has it? Oh, it wouldn't take long to pay for itself, would it?
I've had gold status for that. I've had
Yeah,
gold.
eh?
I've had...
Oh, yeah, it's true.
You wouldn't find the Eiffel Tower in broad daylight with that, mate.
What are you talking about?
Well, I buy British, don't I? Hey, it's a kiddies detector, that. Where'd you get it? The Early Learning Centre or somewhere? Well, as far as I'm concerned, pal, if you say you found nothing.
We haven't found anything.
No, it's right, we're just come on here. I've been
Yeah.
about a quarter of an hour. Yeah.
Well, as far as I'm concerned, I'll hang about here for an hour. You carry on, lads, and if you found anything, I'll have it. All right?
You cheeky...
It's our policeman to find out what's going on here.
What's going on here?
What?
Well, I've had a phone call. Station, they said there's a rumpus going on here. All these arguments and everything, what's happening?
Oh,
No, it's a little dispute we're having, that's all.
if he says he was here first, he reckons we shouldn't be here.
And have you found anything?
Yeah, I found a little coin, yeah.
Yeah? Control, I wonder if you can send someone down. I think we've...
anybody with you, could you please search them?
You didn't find out then, eh?
There was a robbery last week, in fact.
What, a robbery? What, you mean...
There was a robbery, yeah, in London. Coin exchange. I'm sorry, sir, I really must ask you to empty your pockets.
Ooh, now he's for it.
That's what he found.
So you have found something, sir? Any more?
No. That's it.
You?
Nothing.
No, none at all.
Oh, yeah,
No, I gave mine the one I found today for safekeeping.
For safekeeping.
I sent it put it in a plastic bag.
I didn't admit anything to him, because as far as I know, he had no right to know. You reckon you found a gold?
Well, I don't know if it's gold or not, do I? I just took it down to the museum.
You said it was a James II. James
Well, what
I.
were you going to do with this then, sir?
We were going to report them.
You were going to report them?
Excuse me, I'm Malcolm Board. I'm from the coin shop. I've just had a notification from the station that you may have found some of
Definitely.
my
Very
coins.
pleased to see you, yes.
Yeah?
We have done.
The word certainly gets around fast.
You found some of them here? I would say, yes, I would say those are mine. Haven't I seen you before somewhere?
No, what? Have you? Where?
You weren't down Charing Cross last week, were you, by any chance?
When?
Last week.
Oh,
Before the 8th. It must have been...
hang on a minute.
Right, we just found that. We just
No,
stuffed those up.
Are you with them? Are you with them?
No, he's not with us.
Sorry, three. Can you please apprehend any suspects
We
by
just had to
handcuff?
come here
Over.
today by accident and found a few coins. And he wants to know
5-3,
if we
out.
found anything.
Excuse me, sir.
Hang on a
Excuse me.
minute. I'm not resisting arrest. Look, come on, if you take this off, I can...
They told me they hadn't found anything, Gov.
Yeah, you're more suspicious than we
Hey?
are, mate. There's
What?
You didn't give us a chance. We were going to.
Yeah.
Time for Inspector Beadle of the Yard to investigate.
The guys who sold. Over.
Yeah, I just found... Well, we just found them.
You found them.
Yeah.
You been here before, sir?
No, never. Well, I mean,
Do you realise the seriousness of the nature of this investigation, sir?
No, I don't. I don't even know what's going on.
You are in possession. You have been caught in possession of stolen property.
It's just that something funny seems to be going on here.
Excuse me, Inspector Morris, can I have a word with you?
I don't believe this, Dave. No, something funny going on here.
Let's take off the beard.
So this is your partner in crime, is it, sir?
Oh, my.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. We need to get him on the show, Adrian. I'm sure I've looked before. I'm sure he's on Facebook. We need to get him on.
Who?
Not Jeremy Beadle, the guy who got Jeremy Beadle.
You know who it is? It's Dave Stuckey, Julian Evanhart's friend.
Is it?
Yeah. And there were bits edited out of that because it got a bit raucous. They got a bit physical and they edited it out. But even everyone,
I don't know if it's just me or is anybody else. Just give me a shout in the background there. But is Adrian doing his best impression of Norman Collier? Yeah, crackling when you talk and stuff.
I've got a few tabs open. All right now.
Yes, it is actually.
Yeah,
no, it's not. I'm lying. Yes, she said it's. Yes. We have a upgrade to our normal producing staff this evening, and we have the lovely Mrs. Higgins taking the role of senior production. So, good evening, everyone. Good evening, Adrian.
Good evening, David. Good evening.
You might have to log out and come back in. You know,
I've just quit in some applications to free up a bit of RAM. That hopefully do it. Still freezing.
Yeah, he's just going crackling and stuff.
Right, bye. I'll see you in a bit.
Bye. See you momentarily. So, good evening, everyone. We've got lots involved. I'm going to have to do this now. I had to open the window because I had to fight with some flies, but it's given me a shiny heat, so that's gone now. Anyway, good evening, everybody. I'm still absolutely cream crackered from Detectorcon, indeed. Massive long drive there and back, which was very fluid, actually, and that I was gobsmacked at the beautiful scenery, obviously, on the way. I don't go north that often. It's been a while, and I've only ever travelled the road once from Carlisle to Newcastle and didn't realise the amount of history that you passed. Roman sites, Roman temples, Roman fortresses, obviously Hadrian's Wall, and it was just phenomenal. And if I'd have stopped, I wouldn't have made Detectorcon in time whatsoever. But we're going to be going through the event tonight, working through it. We've got some videos from the event. If you didn't watch on the Big Detecting Show this weekend, we've got them all in bits, so you can see everything that was going on. But is Adrian back yet? And if Adrian's not back yet, can we have our lovely guest tonight, the ever so delightful Mr. Scotty B?
Good evening,
all. Here he is. Put your phone in landscape.
Good evening. What? This way.
There it is. See what a difference it makes.
It does, but then it's like, oh, my banners are all crap.
Oh, put it back the other way then.
Exactly. I had it all set out, man. I've done it since 6:30.
I'm sorry, poster boy.
I've got no
Scotty,
news,
are you well?
Yeah, not too bad. I'm just starting to recover. It's been a really long week. The staff didn't even leave until yesterday with once the site got cleared and stuff like, so big hat stuff to them, like.
And it was a fantastic, I mean, first and foremost, the weather was brilliant, wasn't it?
Oh, absolutely gorgeous on the Friday evening. Well, Friday, should I say, it was like 30 degrees on Friday.
Yeah. But even down to Sunday, I mean, when we were stood on that field in the afternoon, it was still, 20, 24, 25 degrees.
Oh, yeah, it was boiling. It's like really hot for where we were, because in Bellingham, they have their own weather system because they're so high up. So really, you can't judge it. You judge it between, obviously, our weather and Northumberland weather, but they have their own weather system, obviously, with all the hills and stuff like that. So you've just got to judge it, but it worked out perfectly fine. It was a bit too hot. I'd rather have hot than rain. So
absolutely. I mean, I slept in my car, and since that event, I've actually gone out and bought a tent now. So when it comes to Rodney Cook and Detectable, I'll be in a tent, and it's a blackout one as well, so it'll be nice and dark for me. So I'll be happy.
Oh yeah, I saw them. I was like, I want one of them, but I've got my trailer tent now, so happy days.
Your trailer tent now. I got to the event at about 7:15, I think it was, on Saturday, and there was
Don't
no
even talk about this.
There was no sign of you, was there, Scotty? It seemed to be, the person who's running the event, no sign of him. And I asked a few people. I gave it a little half hour or so, about 7:45, and there was actually one of them little baby caravans next to your trailer tent, and I thought it was yours, to be honest, being a space pants.
It was right. I had my alarm set for 8 o'clock.
So I gracefully knocked on the door, or unzipped it quietly, and Mrs. Scotty B, Katrina, popped her head round, and I said, "Have you got clothes on there?" And she said, "No." I said, "You keep yourself covered. Where is he?" And you were next to her, all snuggled up and tired, weren't you? But not for long. Not for long.
Not until Dave got in there.
And dragged him out of the tent by his feet.
Yeah, that is true. That is true.
And this is going to happen for the rest of your life now.
At least I can remember that one.
But I didn't have anybody to record at this time, and that's going to happen for the rest of your life now, don't you?
Yes.
It's all right. I was trying to get Scott Holden at Detectable, but he woke up just as I got there. And Adrian's back.
You all right, Scotty? You all right, mate?
Oh, that's better.
Yeah. Is it clearer now, Dave?
Absolutely, crystal, love.
Right. Good. Sorry.
No more crackling. My voice, I've lost my voice from the weekend.
What time did you finish, Scotty? Clearing up and all that?
Literally yesterday, all the staff left, like basically yesterday at 7 o'clock.
Blimey.
I had to come home on Tuesday, but we left a couple of stuff up there because bins had to get took away, toilets had to get took away and stuff like that. So I take my hat out
and drop his earphones.
People don't realise. People don't realise what it takes, what goes into these events, but used to enjoy it.
Yeah,
absolutely.
No, that's a lot of time you put in there. Hell of a lot, isn't it? Really.
Literally, I was there from the Tuesday and literally until the Tuesday night. But I went back up on the Wednesday, then I went back up on the Thursday. So basically, Tuesday till Thursday over a week, just to get the site up. Because we have to go around, check holes, make sure all holes are filled in properly and all that stuff. So all rubbish removed.
Yeah,
and just let Adrian know how many acres that was that you had to walk around and check for holes.
At the start, when we had it advertised, Detectorcon was only 900 acres. But us being generous, we went to the next farmer over, which we have permission for anyway, and we added extra acres, which was 1,300 acres all in total.
Wow.
And half of the field at the top didn't even get done. They were that far. There was a wall, and the Norfolk Button Boy, I saw his video, and he says on the wall it looked like there was a burial. That is true. If you went to the next brick wall, the land went straight on from that next brick wall, and there was another big brick wall, and all the fields were nice and flat and cut on the top of there.
Wow. Looked lovely. And just the weather. Sorry I couldn't come. I'll definitely be the next one.
No,
definitely.
Always.
Well, there was people from further south than you, Adrian, so you've got no excuse.
And the beer looks good. Tony Kaywood showed me he had a cracking beer. I can't remember now.
Yeah, he had a coffee stout, which Linda provided from Team Rutus team.
And I had that, and he got that off me. Tony did. I got off Linda. I give to Tony one, and the next day I had a lemon beer. Oh my God, absolutely amazing.
Ooh.
Lemon beer. Lemon cake.
I only said one of them pints with Linda, but the rest of it, I drank it. Nobody was getting the lemon beer. Nobody.
Sorry, Adrian. You first.
Oh, the thing that Dave got very excited about, which he kept sending me pictures of, and I did, and a good idea on your part for getting such a good caterer, is the woman who did like packed lunch sort of things, like Scotch eggs, sausage rolls.
Well, that was my idea. Simple fact is because you know yourself, right? You go metal detecting and you've worked all day from in the morning, right? So the way I looked at it, you work all the way up to, say, field 56, for instance, and it's like 3 miles away, and you want to get back from dinner, you're camping, you're not going to take packed lunch with you because it's not going to last. So the best thing to do is, right, we'll get a caterer in who's going to do packed lunches. So they can go and order them in the morning. They can stick it in the bag, which you got free for checking in. And after go, they don't have to come back at dinner time.
And they were delightful. To be honest, Bo is the sausage and bacon and egg burgers and what have you people, and Rutherford's the beer van as well. Fantastic. And if I go up a little bit, the Paulaner bottles of beer were absolutely first class. Fair play.
It's a good idea, that is, isn't it?
It was Yvonne London Marchant provided that keg. I got confused with Lyndon Moulton Howe, who's a crop circle expert.
Scotty, I when Dave told me, I thought, yeah, that's right, because it is a pain up the backside having to walk all the way back, queue up to get some food, and then eat it. Then you're missing out. You want to text, don't you? So if you can get a back lunch with you.
And then the time you get back and you've walked all that miles, you're like, well, I don't really want to go back no more.
Yeah.
Well, I've put them in communication with a certain other big rally event, and hopefully they'll be coming there.
Yeah, that'd be really good.
So, well, listen, what I'm planning to do tonight, I took a number of videos, as I said, at the weekend, and I've said to Scotty, is it all right as well? So we're going to start off. What?
Before you play them videos, can I give a big shout out to Austin, who's watching my son, and Cheyenne, my daughter, who's watching the first ever time we've watched the show.
Oh, mate, Adrian, you would have absolutely cried. I said to you that I woke a certain person up, and I also inadvertently woke his daughter up as well. It was in, obviously, the other part of the tent. I swear to God, me and Graham Dempsey are there, and she comes in, she leans on Graham's couch. How old is she, Scotty?
Cheyenne is 10.
10. She leans on Graham's counter and she went, "Who woke me up?" Honestly, Graham thought she was going to knock him out.
Where did you get that from? Austin will be the same as well. When he gets woke up, he's exactly the same as his dad.
So what I've done, I've cut everything down into bit parts. Some are 5 minutes long because they basically have to be. So I've lined up the first video, and obviously this is an introduction to day one. So, Laura, if you could roll VT, and we can obviously discuss as well if needs be.
Inaugural Detectorcon. So it's about to start, as you can hear.
A lot of people there, Scotty.
Many people.
A lot of people. About around about 390, about 300. Sorry, no, 400 people exactly.
Anyway, Norfolk Time Detective running this, the inaugural event up in Northumberland. I've nearly crashed multiple times on my way because of Adrian's Wall and Roman forts and other beautiful Roman things on the road.
Look at Adrian like that.
But
I missed the champ.
300 acres of land.
Definitely glasses on.
Oh, yeah. I'll be on the bar later.
You more silly Billy.
Has got a competition. Scotty's just informed us that the best find, if you put it in the box,
Chris with Chief Marshal at Detectorcon.
Also got Graham from Composite Pencil Company and his son. Sorry, Composite Cleaning Pencil. There you go.
Yeah, still got it wrong, and I was reading it.
Graham's son, Simon. Hello.
Who's now shaved his
Katrina,
beard off and looks
Mrs.
like Matt
Scotty
Lucas.
B. Hello. Hello. I don't know anybody else yet. Dixon Noonweb. This chap here with all these beautiful coins and such like, who I'll find out a lot more about later. So anyway, off they go detecting. Good luck to everybody this morning, and hopefully we'll be able to bring you some live footage of things that are being found and such like during the day. Tony Kaywood, TC Detects, is coming to man the stall at dinner time, and I'll be off out going around the fields and trying to interview people if I can. So here we are.
If anyone's got any questions, just
Detectorcon.
post them in the comments.
Have a good day, everyone.
I'll answer them.
Yeah, if anyone's got any questions for Scotty during that. Stephen Pennington's got one straight. How many items were in the box after Scotty B? I don't know if you were actually privy to that, do you? The finds box.
There was a post posted on North of the Time Detecting, and there was 2 joint winners, and they basically flipped a coin, and one won the main prize. And what I'd done for the second winner, who got the heads and the tails, is put it basically North of the Time goodie bag together. So they got a key ring, a patch, and all that kind of thing. And so the second person, they both won basically. But it should be on North of the Time Detecting if you have a look.
Marvellous. So, yeah, that was the start of day one. You'd also started actually detecting on the Friday night as well. You had 3 or 4 hours on the fields then, didn't you?
Yeah, basically, usually, if you know every other big rally, don't detect on the Friday. But the way I look at it, a person needs to get out there. They need to get the machine set up for the right ground. If you live in Wales, or if you live down south, or live up basically Scotland, ground everywhere is totally different. So different settings. Blah, blah. You don't want to be getting up on a Saturday morning to go detect and stand in the field 20 minutes getting the machine set up. So I thought, right, I'll just open a few fields. It wasn't much, but open a few fields so people can get the machine set up. That's all what it was about. Never mind detecting, just get the machine set up, used to the ground, and then come Saturday morning, off they go.
Yeah. Well, I've got I had an issue on Saturday. A certain digging female related to the show promised me cake, Adrian, and it got eaten by other people. But I do have to give, and it will be shouted out in the videos momentarily. Mr. Pettican, he'd done me several deliveries of food parcels. I didn't actually need any food parcels or what. Yeah, I got about 4 Welsh cakes off Mrs. Pettican day one, and about 3
a big packet like this,
and more the next day. But hold on, Laura, if you could share the screen for one moment, please. And this is Nicola Roberts, and Nicola brought me some lovely ample ended cakeys. Really good position to take that photograph. She didn't realise until I took it.
When I got that, Dave, when you sent me that, I quickly opened it on my phone, and I thought at first,
holy Dave,
what on earth's he doing? But that was nice, Nicola Roberts.
It was. So Mr. Pettican and Snack Attack as well. They provided me with nice food stuff as well.
Well, Nicola's been a member of North of the Time Detecting since his first ever started metal detecting as well. Nicola has.
Yeah,
she's a good member.
She done me well with the cakeys, as did Mr. and Mrs. Pettican. And then Sunday morning, Mr. Pettican said that he sent me a message, which I didn't get because my reception was being a bit silly. He said, "Have you had breakfast yet?" And I actually had. And I went, "Ooh, breakfast." And he took a picture of him frying, and he brought me a nice, I think it was a streaky bacon and black pudding sandwich, which was delightful. What?
Did you have peas pudding in the Scotty?
What?
Did you have peas pudding, ham in the Scotty? Did you have that when you were at Detectorcon?
What words are you saying now? Hold on a minute.
Something wrong.
I think Graham Dempsey's got the language translator set up for me. What?
Ham, peas pudding in a Scotty bread. It's a sandwich the ham.
What's peas pudding? Mushy peas?
No, it's not. It's peas pudding.
What's peas pudding?
I've heard of it.
Please.
I know it was in a nursery rhyme once.
No, peas pudding. It's like a pea. It's a pea. You put it on your bread. You can have it fried and it's gorgeous. It's an oven thing.
Oh, I've seen it. It comes in little tins, blue with.
No, that's never.
No, mate, that's Fray Bentos. Fray Bentos pies, that mate.
What?
No, I know what you're on about, Adrian. But no,
that's Adrian.
I've got to Google this because I need to buy this peas pudding.
Peas pudding, also known as peas porridge, is a savoury pudding dish made of boiled legumes, never heard of them, typically split yellow peas and water, salt and spices, and often cooked with a bacon or ham joint.
That's exactly what it is.
Personally, I would have loved some lemon drizzle cake, but these things happen, as we'll find out.
It was nice, I've done.
Yeah, shut up.
It's nice.
Laura, could you run the next video, please? As I say, we're going to run through them.
So here we are, Detectorcon. Lots of lovely people doing lots of lovely things. Quite a few things come up. I've seen a number of hammered coins and a beautiful Tudor ring as well. Dixon Noon Webb are dealing with and appraising anything of consequence that's been coming up. Dixon Noon and Webb, who are an auction house. But yeah, lots of things going on. There's a nice lady who keeps giving me Scotch eggs and quiche and no cake yet. Digger Dawn's supposed to be supplying me with cake, but will she? That's a big question.
But will she?
And I've not actually asked anybody yet what the favourite hob position is. As I say, beautiful day. I
didn't ask anyone the hob position at all.
Thunderstorms and all sorts, but it's absolutely scorching here, as it has been all week for the rest of the UK.
Stop showing everybody me cam. It's a mess. Didn't have tape
Got a lot of rubbish.
It was mint, mate. And I really did like this bit. And you can explain why you did this as well.
Brought up as well. A lot of farm implements and such like.
That's nothing compared to what was finished at the end of the week. We basically, everybody knows where the dumpy sack looks like, where you can get logs in, which we had at the main fire. At the end of the week, when we give that to the farmer to recycle, was absolutely full. He couldn't even lift it with a tractor. That's how much rubbish come out of that field. If you think all your vegetables and stuff is grown in there, us detectorists are taking all that rubbish out the field, and which makes our produce even more safer to eat.
Good, yeah, true. Especially lead, which can lead to Alzheimer's.
Absolutely.
But that was nothing compared to what was there at the end. It was absolutely, like I say, a big dumpy sack. It was absolutely piled to the rim. A tractor even struggled to pick it up.
You dumped your sack.
A dumpy sack, yeah. A dumpy sack.
Oh, sorry.
Ah, right. A dumpy sack.
Yeah.
What was I going to say? Graham's son, Cy Dempsey, he had a spade, and he was putting stickers on the shaft of that over the weekend as well. I didn't realise people put stickers on the shafts.
Oh no.
Mine's too little. What about the speed shaft, it's too little.
What is he on about there, Adrian?
I think he's eating.
Special speed, what's speed in my size? The shaft of it's too little.
So if we go straight on to video 3, this is the one that shows the fines box on day 1. Now, what you got to remember is this is quite early on in the day, probably mid-afternoon, about 2-3 o'clock. And I did say at one point that there was a Tudor ring, but it was actually a phallic ring, so you'll see here.
Identified by Dixon Noon and Webb. Dix Noon and Webb, is that correct? This is Dix Noon and Webb, the auctioneers. So they've been identifying them. So these are some of the finds so far. There's a phallic ring, 16th century brooch. I look like I know what I'm on about here because I'm reading. A pocket watch with a train, an Edward I penny, class 9A, Barbarous radiate, Elizabeth half groat. Hasn't got anything written on that. 15th century bronze something. a Roman brooch, a birdseed feeder, James I shilling, 2 William III shillings, and a Roman denarius. I'm going to have to ask them, what is the 15th century bronze item that hasn't got anything written on it so I don't sound like I know what I'm on about? A cauldron leg. So there you go.
Or a nose.
A nose. A bronze false nose. So, all is groovy so far. Lots coming in. We've just heard there's some gold up on one of the top fields. So hopefully we'll be able to look at that later. So, as Graham from the composite cleaning pencil. See, I even know what it's called because he's got a big sign there.
Eventually you got it right.
So yeah, great weekend so far. Just had a chat with Digger Dawn, got to say. Unfortunately, she didn't keep me any cake. However,
yeah,
Nicola Roberts just brought me some cake. We're happy.
And I was nice enough to share it with Mr. Dempsey.
Like Detectorcon.
Did you give him a lick of the ice cream and that was it? Or did you give him
No. I introduced him to it. Went, this is a cake. Goodbye.
Didn't lick your ring, did he, Dave?
He didn't know.
Didn't lick your ring. No.
Didn't let me ring. I would have probably let him. Sorry, go on, carry on.
Dick's Noonan Webb. That's quite a way for them to travel up there, isn't it? It's good of them to attend.
Absolutely.
Sure was, but they were absolutely amazing because if every organizer who knows who runs events, basically the LFO now, they haven't got the funding to come to big events. So the best next thing is to get maybe like obviously say Dicks and Noonan Webbs or an auctioneers who will come and obviously identify stuff. They write everything down. They can pass it to me, then I can pass it to the LFO. So it's better than, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Nothing, yeah. So
yeah.
Before we start talking about the major events of the weekend a little bit later on, what other finds of consequence did you know of that have turned up? Obviously, you've seen a lot from the North of Tyne Detecting Facebook group.
Yeah, you've got an enamelled trumpet brooch with 2 blue eyes. You've got another Roman brooch with red on. It's got red missing. We also had 2 Iron Age coins come up. Also an Iron Age figurine. Also a Stone Age axe head come up. Well, Stone Age, yeah, it was a Stone Age axe head. He just thought it was a brick at first, but he wasn't too sure. And a few other bits and bobs which come up. Like I say, the finds were far in between, but the stuff what did come up were absolutely amazing.
Quality,
like
yeah.
The rules is you've got to walk over it to find it. If you don't walk over it, you're not going to get it.
Yeah. Were people using the Just Detect app, Scotty? Was that on there?
We did mention it, and we did give the leaflets out. And I hope people used it. But if not, then we can put it back on the group and get them to urge it to use it, because it would be nice to see which come up on the Detectorcon app, because our landowner, I have give him the app to download so he can see which has come up on his land.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a good idea.
I mean, it's an easy way for collation, isn't it? You could get everybody to put there instead of trawling through North of Tyne and getting mixed up with people's personal permission finds, what have you. You do your hashtag Detectorcon, you see everything there instantly.
Yeah.
That's it. So everyone from North of Tyne Detecting, or anybody who's on a Detectorcon, go and follow this information. Download the app. It's free. Doesn't cost you nothing. It doesn't show you the location whatsoever publicly. So go and record your finds, and it's free, and everybody can see what's being found, but they don't know the location where you found it.
So Tony Kaywood said he used it. Yes, we know Tony. We saw your find. Guess what it was,
What
Adrian?
did Tony find? What did Tony find?
A button.
Ah. He did find a coin though, didn't he?
I think he's taking one off Jason Jones and renaming himself Yorkshire Button Boy.
Oh, bless him. He was there though with his routers expert team stuff, and A few
He
others.
was, yeah. He spent the Saturday evening with myself, Graham, and Si, pleasantly drinking alcohol, which was delightful. Delightful to see. I mean, there were so many people there, obviously, and there was a hell of a lot of people coming up to me saying, "Oh yeah, we watched the show. We watched the show." And
Nice,
I was like, "I've no idea who you were. I've no idea." People weren't saying my name is this, so I was like, "Oh yes." But there's a lot of people who did introduce themselves. And one or two people kept coming back for chats. One guy in particular who lives up in Cumbria and worked for a printers or something not dissimilar, and we had a number of chats about several different things. But yeah, loads of people coming up to me who watch the show saying how much they enjoy it and look forward to it on Thursday night. Some weird people in the world, there really are.
Yeah, missing Emmerdale, Dave.
You go to one person and you go to go and sit down, then you talk to about 20 other people and you go to sit down there. You never sit down. I had bloody blisters on my feet.
It's little stubby legs, even stubbier.
Exactly.
Park shoes, school shoes, size 2. Scotty, is there anything?
Size 5. Size 5.
Sorry. So you don't pay tax on shoes.
5.
5 and under, you don't pay tax. Is there anything you sort of look back at now and think, oh, I wish I'd done that different, or next one I'm going to do it different?
100%. It was I can't say it, but basically when cars were coming in, we had a car park, so everyone should have come straight in the gate into the car park, and marshals should have been checking the tickets. If the road got built up too much, it had an overflow car park, so they could have went in there. So next time, more understanding with marshals and stuff. That was it. And then the next one is we're going to have a quiet camp. So anybody who wants to detect them, they can come to the main fire and stuff and have a laugh and stuff. They can go back to their camp. It's quiet. There's no noise whatsoever. And then we'll have not a noisy camp and not a quiet camp, but after the music goes off at 12, there'll be no amplified music, but there might be a little bit of music, somebody playing the guitar or singing or something like that around the fire. Then that would be the loud camp.
That'll be me going, ha-ha-ha.
But that's the most important 2 things, really, out the full weekend we need to change. And also the toilets as well. We got them, they come, obviously they were there for the Friday. They got emptied Saturday morning. And then become Sunday morning, they were absolutely full. And it didn't come in the pace. That wasn't on my behalf.
That's Dave. That's probably Dave.
I didn't get that till Saturday. Yeah, it was me.
Cake.
That way. No, the toilets on Sunday morning were pretty full, and he wasn't coming until 11 o'clock. So he was straight here 11 o'clock. Obviously, got them emptying. Hands up. Sorry, everyone. But we got it sorted at the end.
Yeah. No, they're not bad things.
And next year, the marquee we had was big, but next year it's going to be smaller, and we're going to have an outdoor stage because everyone, if it's a nice evening, everyone can sit outside. And I'll have the main marquee just for check-in, emergencies, lost property, stove holders, vice versa. But everyone, thank you very much for the lovely comments, and it was perfect.
Scotty, do you want my honest opinion on one thing?
Go for it.
The singer of the band.
We can make it better.
The singer of the band was shit. That's my one. That's my one hand grenade. I'm sorry, but I'm honest.
On the second band?
Saturday night. I wasn't there Friday night.
Yeah, Friday night was amazing. Saturday night, I loved him as well.
Don't get me wrong. The music was all right. It was just the singer couldn't sing.
Well, we get the same band, but a different singer.
Or I'll do the singing, no problem. I can do that. No
God,
I bet you could.
Oh, sweet child's mine, Mr. Karaoke competition winner extraordinary. But moving on, we've got the 4th video from the weekend. This is Sunday morning lined up, please, Laura. With a little bit of a
morning
tour as
from
well.
Detectorcon Sunday. Everyone's just off and about. A hell of a lot of new land opening today. We'll go and have a look at the plan. But good night last night socially.
So here, Adrian, you'll see the amount of bloody land.
There's Katrina. Good morning, Katrina. And Chris. Good morning, Chris. And Lady. Hello, Lady.
Hello.
Don't know her name. She's Lady now.
I'm
Chantal. Hi, Chantal. Oh, Chantal from the sandwich thing. There you go. Should have known that. Anyway, so here we go. So this is the site. So basically today, as you can see, all fields are open today. The secluded area here, that's the scheduled monument, and the event area you can see as well. So there's no detecting in there, but everywhere else is open today. So everything up of here, and this is by the river. They've not been detected, so people are looking forward to doing them. I think there's some form of Iron Age evidence in this area. And there's also Roman evidence somewhere as well. I think that's the one by the river. So there you go, that's the site. And it is a massive site as well, 1,300 acres that they're using this weekend. And I think they've also just agreed with more land at a different site, which is going to be a Detectorcon 2 by all accounts. Lots of raffle prizes. Chris Clark, hello all the way in Australia, hope you're well. So for those of you who don't know, this is the composite cleaning pencil, and these are items that I would say are the best of their type.
Scotty's left us. Where's Scotty gone?
Look at the Bronze Age spearhead for cleaning your finds. A range of different nibs and cleaning tools, and then you've got the preservation wax, and you've got the Gladius solution, which you put in to do that, and then his latest little thing, these fantastic little magnifying things. So you clamp your coin in, and let's have a look through there. You can see the coin brilliantly. Even better if you go through there. Look.
Good filming, Dave.
I've also got, I think, an artefacts company from Lincolnshire here as well. Have a look from afar at some of their items. They're selling their wares. And yesterday I showed you this Viking iron battle axe found in Denmark with maker's marks on it. Bronze Age axe heads or two, spearhead, some Roman statues, Paleolithic flint axe, Neolithic pollux axe, and some morning stars. Lots of other artefacts, coins.
These were called Lincoln Artifacts, the company.
So yeah, all in all, it's been a great event. Everybody's streaming the way to the new fields that are available. And do you know, the weather in the UK has been a bit peculiar by all accounts this weekend. It's got a lot of rain, thunderstorms down south. It was blistering hot here, even until the night last night. It was red hot. Let's go over to see Regdon's. I can see a few people around, so we'll go and say good morning. www.regdon.com. Morning, hello. Are you well? It's live on the Big Detecting Show Facebook group. Just doing a bit of a tour.
Who?
Marvellous.
I didn't realise how close
Mark
I lived
Lawson
to him.
smells a hoard, he says. And I tell you what, Mark Lawson, I wouldn't be surprised. It's prime land for it, not far from Adrian's
Melt a
Wall.
hoard.
Absolutely. I drove up yesterday and came up the M6 and over from Carlisle, coinciding, running alongside Adrian's Wall, and some of the sites I'll be stopping lots on the way home.
I didn't.
So who do we have here this morning? We have Chris Langston from Metal Detecting Holidays. We have the lovely Digger Dawn and Marcus and the Nigel from Regdon's, live on the Big Detecting Show Facebook group. Anybody going to say hello to them? We've got Greg and Chris Clark from Aussie Gold Hunters on, so they'll be watching there. Frank Lentini, Costas Costoriak, and Mark Lawson.
Struggling with names again.
Who is? Right, got you. And who else is there? Ken Sampson. Ken Sampson's there as well. There's a lot of people, but I can't see the arse. So good morning, everyone. Anyway, see this here, this snack attack. Absolutely fantastic. I've never been to an event that is sandwiches and selling cold stuff. I know. And have you seen the size of the Scotch eggs?
cricket balls.
Fantastic. And you can pre-order your packed lunch and take it out about you instead of having to come back for a burger.
Very reasonably priced.
Very, very reasonably priced. Lovely lady over there. She might be even at Detectable. Try and sort that out for her. There you go.
I'll bring you cake.
Yeah, Digger Dawn promises me cake, doesn't give me cake. Instead, other people ain't said cake.
It went dry.
Cake can never be dry. It's okay. My friend Stephen Pettican has just brought me a bacon, sausage and black pudding sandwich that he's made and a load of Welsh cake. So I'm just going to go over there now and eat said food. Have a good...
Pettican's my best
That's all right. I've already had breakfast. I'm just going to have... I'm a hobbit. I'll have a second breakfast. So there you go. Great event all round. Hopefully I'll be coming back later live. Have a look at some of the fines of consequence. There's a fines box that we looked at yesterday. Some lots of Roman, silver hammered, all sorts going on in there. So hopefully we'll have more to come back during the day.
So there you go. That was the start of day 2. Oh, he's looking at Katrina there because she's massive.
Katrina, she's now online. You might as well say hello.
All right, the waves. Hello, the waves. Hello.
Hey, got my extension back. Well, me phone need since last weekend.
Scotty just put in a private chat while he was disappearing as well.
Went for the wee.
You went for a wee. You went for a wee wee.
Wee wee.
What are you doing there? There he is. You're very fuzzy, Adrian.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on. I think
We
interwebs.
update your camera.
Well, it's a new laptop, so
Squirrels have eaten through your Wi-Fi cable.
I think it's because it's quite dark. I think it's because I haven't got a light on. This is the light coming in from outside, so probably poor light. I could turn the light on actually.
What were you going to say to Scotty then?
Just Gary Malloy in the chat has said people were asking if could there possibly be showers next year.
Well, listen, we did have showers this year, but it was for staff only. And there were power showers, proper campsite, but people start taking the land of it, and they want, basically, the rules was you pay £5 for the shower, you can use it as many times as you want. And not many people listen to that. So we, at the end of the event, me and Andrew as staff, had to go up and pay quite a bit of money for people using the showers who haven't paid. So next year, you might have spiked for yourselves. So it's a iffy 50-50 situation.
Oh yeah, the worst. Yeah, you had an agreement with the campsite next door, didn't you?
We did, yes. We
So
even had agreement on food. If you went next door to the campsite for food, you would get literally like between 10 to 13% off your food and drinks as well. And people got told that, but
Jesse John asks, is that Dale Winton in the middle?
I wish.
But I'd like to say a big thank you to Gary Molly because he's been an absolute star. He was one of our marshals for Detectorcon, and that's one who made the chessboard. So anything we do with chess or figurines that made out of lead, search Gary Molly on Facebook, and he's absolutely amazing. And thank you very much for the donation, and thank you very much for the hard work.
I've got a few shout outs for myself to do, Scotty. Obviously to Katrina, to Helen, to Andy and Kate Thornton, to Andy Winter. Now, these are only the people I actually got to know. Chris, NUFC Chris, spoke to him all weekend. Seems to think I'm a TV star or something, the weirdo. And especially for me, because he was absolutely mint, and boy, did he work hard. Tommy, your nephew.
Tommy, my nephew, yeah. And I would also like to include more people to your shout-out. I would like to include Grant, the other Chief Marshal who worked alongside of Chris. And then you've got Ryan, you've got Cy Webb.
Cy Webber.
You also got my wife, Katrina. You've got also Wayne.
I said Katrina, you can't thank her twice, mate.
I've got him because I forgot to put up my status last night. Oh, God. And then obviously my sister-in-law, Claire Southgate, James, There's a lot of people. And I forgot all the names, and I'm really sorry, but my heart goes out to you. Thank you very much for everything you have done.
You look a bit tired, actually, Scotty, you know.
I'm absolutely knackered. I've woke up 2 nights in a row at like 4 o'clock in the morning, like this. Where am I? I'm looking around my room thinking, I like it was just totally different. It was crazy.
There's no me pulling you out of bed.
I was like, look, like,
it's all right, mate. Don't worry. Katrina's given me your address. We'll be right.
That's not.
Face on it then. So, anyway, moving on. 11 o'clock Sunday, there was something come over the walkie-talkie, the potential of a horde being found. And Andy Winter called me over and he said, Dave, you ready? You coming? So I got myself ready to come over. I said, right, I just need the toilet, mate. Give me a minute. By the time I'd finished in said toilet, he disappeared. So I had to find the site on my own. So, Scotty, when obviously the video will be pretty self-explanatory about how many miles I actually walked in complete agony because I didn't walk all weekend. Fuck this, but when it was originally found that the first horde, and in fact, what I'm going to do, there was 4 hordes, we'll call them, come up, and I'm going to call them hordes because even though 5, have I missed one? Well, I do apologise, I missed that one. Even though there was 5 hordes come up, and some of them were less than the official technical amount of 10 coins, to me they were all hordes because I've never been privy to things like that before. So, excuse the not technical terminology this evening, but yeah, there was 5. Well, you can tell me later about the 5th one. What was your initial reaction when number 1 was announced, and closely after and very close to number 2?
Basically, obviously when the first hole come up, I head over there and tonight. We had a staff meeting in the marquee before anybody turned up. We had a code word, and this is so funny. We had a code word, and the code word was, I'll tell everyone, it's going to get changed next year. No, next year it's going to get changed anyway, but the code word was, there's a dead sheep on such and such field. Well, we say is there was a dead sheep on such and such field, and when Marshal Tony turned around and says, what field is that, Scotty? And I tell him again, but by this time, the shepherd who looks after the sheep was standing by him. He's like, which sheep's dead? Is it a live sheep or is it a dead sheep? I was like, oh God, what answer is this? Like, we didn't know where it was going, but honestly, it was absolutely amazing. But anyway, we found out where this dead sheep was, Horde IE. So we flew straight up there, got there, basically cleared all the site. Nobody was allowed on that field until we cordoned it off, spoke to the finders to see who they wanted in the field. That even included the Big Metal Detecting podcast, and it also included the Miller's Detectorists, which are on YouTube. If you want to go and see them, they've got a good video as well. But if they didn't want them to be there, then that's their choice, that's their land. And at this time, I was on the phone to the local LFO and the archaeologists, and we got instructions from them, and we just followed the full instructions. So I'll let you carry on, Dave, and I'll put through it if you want.
Well, one question I do have is I obviously was wandering around the world like an arse at that point, trying to find you, being sent lots of different places by lots of different people. So before I eventually did arrive there on my hands and knees, which I was still bigger than you, by the way.
But at least you got a lift on.
I did, fair play. I did, yeah. I wasn't not. I forced myself in the car. It was like, move, I'm getting in.
That's one thing we're going to change next year for people who can't walk far, who gets tired and stuff like that. We're not guaranteed it, but we're going to try our best to try and get you a list. If the fields are too far and you want to go there, we're going to try our best to get you there.
That's good. That's good, isn't it?
How long between Horde? I mean, I was there privy, obviously, to Horde 3 and 4, not 5. But how long between Horde 1 and 2 was the timescale?
Literally, I would say no less than 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Marvellous. Right, Laura, if you could roll the video, please.
No, it's still morning, ladies and gentlemen. Here at Detectorcon, as you can see in the distance, I've had to walk, which has killed me, especially because I've been in the wrong direction. So, excitingly, we have 2 hoards. Now, you're the first finder, am I correct? So, before I show them that, your name is?
It's Joe Steele from Rotherham.
Joe Steele from Rotherham. Good lad. Tell me about what you found then, Joe.
Well, been a good start today, really. Our day yesterday. Come straight on this field, first one. First signal hammered. Straight up to this side of the field here. Nice enamel Roman brooch. The third signal. Small Roman coin. Put all back in. Double checked it. There's still something in it. Another Roman coin. Got pinpoint right. It just kept coming and coming and coming. So.
How many are we up to now?
Well, it's on 7 up to 9. It's gone quite low, so it might be just a spill.
So where's the hole?
This is earlier.
So I hope you're all excited. So here we go, the small Roman hoard that we just found. So we've got what? How many coins have we got? 1, 2, 3, 7 coins, which undeterminable of yet.
Right now,
but I'm sure if at some point you pop down into the tent, Graham Dempsey.
Yep.
He's obviously, if you can do that at this point, he's got all the cleaning pencils. I'm sure he'll help you out there, no problem. And can I pick it up?
Yeah, sure you can.
Beautiful Roman brooch.
Fluid number 1.
So this is, as I say, this is the first hoard here by this young gentleman. And obviously some of your friends who are in the area are still scanning the area. And,
absolutely perfect, lovely.
Up tonight seems pretty quiet. A few iron signals, but that's about it. So.
Marvellous. So as you can see, the area is being taped off. There's an archaeologist in the area. And I'm going to go over and find where the second one is, which I think's that area, where I can see Miller's detecting a YouTube bar. So thank you very much. Congratulations. And I do hope that you find even more to add to it. Nice one.
Thank you.
So off over to second hole.
I'm going to the second hole.
It's beyond marvellous. But as I say, I think it's Miller's detecting, which... I think
I also have to apologise for not being landscape, but Facebook, these are taken I can only do.
Yeah.
Detectorcon.
Never
Good
mind.
afternoon, sorry. Good morning, Miller's
It's
detecting.
there anyway, it's the main thing.
It's the fat bloke off the dig detecting show. Are you well?
Scottish always come
I'm
down
tired.
to enough of the time detecting and basically rape our land. They always go back for all our stuff. And more Bruno will tell you that. That's Bruno, by the way.
Right, so the Marshals, as you know, the big detective show, Archaeology and Metal Detecting magazine, we're sponsoring the event to a degree. Scotty's asked me to, pop along, have a look, but I don't want to have a look at anything without your permission first. So, these lads here. So, one of these lads here, you're the finder, take it?
Yeah.
You're going to speak on camera?
Okay.
Your name is?
Bruno.
Bruno. So, Bruno, tell me what you found before we have a look.
It's Roman bronze. Minimums. So what have we got? 9 coins up?
9 coins up.
So
before we have a look at the coins, you found your first target. Have you found more than one at first?
Let's have a look. It was 5 came out of here. Maybe 5 in this area.
So let's have a look at them then. Marvellous. And obviously at this point, the denomination and that's not known, but I'm sure at some point if you take them down to the tent, you see Graham Dempsey at the composite pencil cleaning
Keep
thing.
plugging that, Graham.
He'll get some of them cleaned up for you, no problem.
Yeah, that's what...
He's probably trying to sell stuff and you'll keep sending people to him.
Yeah, just had a chat with him. It's lucky, isn't it? Perfect prime country for it, and having roaming up at an event like this, especially Hardy, it makes the event all worthwhile, doesn't it?
Yeah. So that's Chris. Hi, Chris.
Signals in the hole. Eh? More signals in the hole.
Hello, DJ Chris.
Let's just step back and see what's going on. Don't forget to share this if you will. Somebody share it too. If any of you I'm going to have to ring someone on that.
Don't put it on just yet.
Okay.
No idea what words I was saying there, actually. Absolutely clueless. I think I was just too excited.
A conversation with 3 people at the same time.
It wasn't that, Scotty. I was just, honestly, I was overwhelmed myself. Just, I know it's not much to some people, but to me, to see something like that come out the ground,
it's absolutely amazing.
first hand is phenomenal.
And if you, looking at the camera now with the video where that detector is on that side is where the Roman settlement was and stuff like that.
It was a Roman farmstead about 100 yards away, wasn't it?
Yes, that's exactly it. Yep.
And I mean, Scotty and I went to do some bit of walking around, hobbling around, and was able to look at the landscape, the topography, the landscape in depth in relation to the known sites that were there as well. And I think in the last video, Helen actually talks a little bit about her thoughts on the matter as well, which I think was more or less in agreement with ourselves, Scotty.
Yeah, but exactly. Also, can I just say about Bruno's video, what you've just recorded, that when Bruno got his signal, there was 2 holes already originally dug. And maybe they might have got something out of there, maybe they might have not have got something out of there. But they were so close together. If you get a signal, try and find it. If you have to make a hole massive, dig the hole massive. It doesn't matter, as long as you've got them parts to put them parts back and put all your mud back in that hole. It doesn't matter how big your hole is, as long as it's neat and tidy, it will grow back. If you get a signal and you can't find it, don't give up and walk away. Stay at it. It just shows you on Bruno's video what he found. He found 9, was it 9, Dave?
It was 10 Bruno found. Yeah.
Was it 10? Yep.
Wow.
Yeah.
10.
So
Bruno found 10 Roman coins. So if, for instance, the person before him found 1 Roman coin and another Roman coin in similar holes, and you're still getting a signal but you can't find it, just widen your hole, put the stuff at one side, see if you can get it, because just think, the person who found that before Bruno could have had that many holes.
Yeah.
So guess what, just take that in consideration. Within doubt, dig it out, no matter how big
absolutely.
it is, put it back after you finish.
Diggers Den Tyson Fury asks, and I had to check up on this myself, so I have to ask how many coins before it is a hoard, and you have to tell someone if you were in your farmer's land. It's actually, and I've looked into this because I did make the mistake on the day of saying they were all hoards. It's actually, no, it's not, Scotty. It's three silver or gold are classed as a hoard.
2 silver or gold.
Isn't it 2? No, it's 3 I looked before, didn't we? And it's 10. 10 other coins are classified as a hoard.
Have you looked at the new rules? Because now it's changed. 2 silver coins and 2 gold coins is now classed as a hoard, and there's 8 bronze coins.
I'm looking at it now. Oh, sorry. 2 or more coins from the same find, provided that they are at least 300 years old, when found and contain 10% silver or gold. There must be at least 10 otherwise. So that's sorry. I was wrong again.
No, the rules always change all the time. It's the way the rules work.
Absolutely. On to the next video, and it was quite amusing because I was helping to cordon off the area, getting it all sorted, because obviously Scotty was taken from pillar to post at this point, weren't you? So I was trying to help out as much as I could with the cordoning and whatever. And basically,
fingers up to you, Dave. Thank you very much.
Yeah, no worries at all. The wind was blowing the barrier tape downhill, and there was 2 guys detecting where it was blowing. I said, if that blows anymore, you can't detect there. And they were like, ha ha ha, joke, ha ha ha, and then carried on walking down the hill. And then this happened. Roll VT, please, Laura. Did you just trump then, Scotty?
I think he did, didn't he?
Listen.
Laura, roll VT.
Okay, so
somebody, that wasn't me.
We've had 2 hoards. We've also had a potential scattered hoard, and now we have a 3rd. So, gentleman there, what is your name, please? This is Kevin, and Kevin, you've dug a hole. I was actually not long ago. You were by the outskirts of the secluded area, and I said jokingly, I'm going to put that back so you can't detect there. So you've come down the hill a bit anyway, because that was the route you were following, and you found.
We got 8.
8 Roman. So obviously, what machine are we using
That's
here?
an old man.
Oh, look at this. So, you know, you're saying all these good new technology. This is a Manlake Explorer. It's not the newest, as in up to date, but
23
even
years
so,
old.
And what was the signals like and what have you?
On that, that's a low foot door.
Right.
See,
right. So you've obviously dug the hole, found one. Were they all together?
All together, yeah.
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
And it makes it all more special as well, this event as well, doesn't it? The fact that, you know, not just one, not just two, not just the scattered, but this as well. And lots of other bits here and there, Roman coming up, and, you know, proves that Sunday's the best day as well.
Yeah.
So that's fantastic, Kevin. Let's have another quick look. So there's the 1, 2 hoard, third hoard, and a scattered hoard. So this is the fourth hoard this morning. So all in the same field there or thereabouts. So thank you, Kevin. Absolute pleasure. Well done on that.
Thank you very much.
Thank
you.
I was actually messaging Adrian while this was going on. Adrian Luke in our big detective show group, and he was like, "What? What?
Another one. Yeah.
Couldn't believe it, could you?"
All I can say is, people might think it's suspicious or whatever, but the history of what we've had around the farms before we got into this farm, I've always said there's going to be something found, like in a big bunch. It's just, I don't know, something's telling us that it's going to be found there. Like I said, where Detectorcon was, basically across the river, the farms around there, we've had 4 hoards from there, and we've faced everything. We've had 2 Roman hoards, we've had 3 Bronze Age hoards, so it was just across the river. So I was thinking, there's a Roman place up there. There's got to be something there, you know what I mean? And it just shows you what was found. But can I just let everybody know, they're not classed as a hoard. Yeah, they are classed as a hoard, but it's not classed as a scatter hoard. It's mostly classed as basically an offering. So what they do, back in the day in the Roman ages, metal was so expensive, it meant a lot of things. So they used the littlest coins, which is minims, and what they would do is just get a few of them, plant them in the ground, and they would say to God, "Could I have rain to make my crops grow bigger?" Or, "God, can you give me a nice harvest this year?"
I've tried that. I've tried that of giving offerings to make things bigger, but it doesn't seem to work.
But no, that's what they believed in them days, you know. And that's when I was on the phone to the archaeologist in the LFO, explained what the ground was like, explained the depth that were found, and all that stuff. And these days are just offerings. So obviously,
and the FLO, you were on the phone to the FLO as soon as the first hoard was found, and that you'd done everything that the FLO said. You were kept on complete. You rang them about 8 times, didn't you?
Yeah, I did. But guess what, Dave? Can I just say something? Don't know why that is, because the first ever dig we had and we found that Roman hoard. You learn by your mistakes and you make it better.
Absolutely. Cy Webber's saying hello. He's just popped in. I've got to thank Cy Webber because he is the person. No, stop. He is the person who got me to the hoards. He made me got there. Nobody else took me. Everybody else took me the wrong way. Cy Webber is the man.
He was one of our marshals, and he was done absolutely fantastic. That man did. Absolutely amazing, Cy is.
He was another one who said that to me, and I was like, "Who is it? Cy Webber? Oh yeah, it's Cy Webber."
How many marshals did you have, Scotty?
Off the top of my head, we should have had about 30, but obviously some people were off. Obviously, they had traces of COVID and something like that. They're tracking tracing isolate, but it worked out in the end. I think it was about altogether official marshals were about 19 marshals, and then you had obviously me, Andrew, Helen, and all sorts of all pitched in. So about 20 staff altogether, 30 staff at the most.
Yeah, no, that's good. Yeah.
Now, as we were getting, you heard about us getting in the car, Adrian, earlier on. We're just getting into the car right next to where Kevin was working away with his, at that point, 8 coins. And then this happened. Laura, could you roll VT? Scotty's pause.
He's just had number 9 out of the hole, where he had 8 previously, and he's a bit more look around. That's it, you know. So there's that 9. So we've got a hoard. Yep, we got a hoard.
And you have flag number 32.
So is that an official hoard?
So this is Helen.
So anything over 8 bronzies is a horse. So anytime we find a cluster of 8, a flag goes in the ground and it gets recorded. My suspicion is there's going to be so many patches that ultimately you will probably get to keep your hoard. I'm sure they'll let because it's
you went like this, Scotty.
Occupation and just casual.
Rather than like a stash.
Yeah,
Because legally it is a hoard, obviously for each cluster. So for any staff, if you see something that's 8 or more, it needs a little flag, and we need to record the details. So we just want to know the context that it's in, the location, how many, and what they were. Ideally, if the finder could please put all those coins together in a little bag, just keep them separate from your other finds, because hopefully you're going to find hundreds of coins today, and it would be nice to know which ones came from that hole.
Right.
So technically I'd have to. If you don't have any coin bags, you're welcome to go and buy some from my store.
Right.
No problem.
Right.
Well done, young man.
See you in a bit.
And then we got in the car and I went and sat down for a couple of hours.
Well, just to say, Helen is not officially a recording officer, an archaeologist, but she is a I can't say the word, but she
geologist.
works for rocks. Yeah, that's
Geologist.
Well, she is.
She's done courses and stuff to be.
It's not just that. She's actually also, Scotty. She's also instructor as well, lecturer at Liverpool University about recording and such like to the students.
And also Durham University as well, like Durham. So I just got to put that word in. She hasn't passed it officially, but she's so close to pass it. She will be, maybe next year she'll be with proper archaeologist.
Absolutely.
So she knows.
But she did do a good job over the weekend as well, didn't she?
Oh yeah, 100%. She knows what she's doing. She's been training off the proper universities and stuff. So maybe next year she's going to do a little test.
What's the guy's name who found it?
That one was Kevin.
Because I liked his face when she said, well, potentially you'll find hundreds more coins here today. And he was like, it's like, I've got to go home soon. But yeah, a 23-year-old machine, though. That just goes to show, doesn't it?
Laura, could you share the screen, please? Fitting everything in. It's time for the Big Detecting Show prize draw, courtesy of Diggers Dips. Tonight's first prize is British buttons.
Tony.
Second prize, what?
No.
Oh yeah, Tony.
Tony's book.
No, that's Yorkshire Button Boy. Second prize is the cleaning pencil, and third prize is entry into any draw. So there are 40 entrants tonight. So, I think we're actually a little bit ahead of schedule here already tonight, aren't we? Got 18 seconds left. Normally, it's already flicking through. So, Scotty, you could choose the number first tonight, given we've got another 10 seconds before the draw begins. Scotty?
He's gone
Scotty?
again for a week.
Has he gone? He's gone for a week.
Oh, no, he's put in the private chat. What's the number?
Gone for a poo.
Oh.
Oh, no, he's gone. He wants number 2. 19.
38.
Scotty's gone for a number 2. If it's number 2 now, I'll wet myself. Not literally, unless I pour a bit of water on myself for a laugh. But I'm not going to do that. I thought it was a 0 then. Oh, it's got to be 38. Because you have it 2 weeks on the run.
Oh, I wonder if Tony will sign it.
It's 31. Steve-O 2001 wins British buttons.
Sorry, I lost connection.
Oh, we thought you'd gone for a number 2.
No,
you chose a number 2. Well, I'll go for number
15.
2. 15. Adrian?
16, I said.
Well, I bet it comes out 15 now. Adrian?
28.
Number 2.
I need another pencil. I'm wearing my nibs out.
I know a bloke who sells them if you want to give me a shout off there.
Who?
15.
16.
Oh, well. And it's Norfolk Button Boy, so Jason Jones is one.
Oh, well done.
If they want British buttons, that would have been more suitable, but cleaning pencil to Norfolk Button Boy. Scotty?
13.
Adrian?
6.
27. I'm going for probability here, doing a bit of statistical analysis of the numbers while it's...
I've got the button. I've got the button. It'll stop in a minute.
7.
Oh.
007. Pink
007.
stuff. Ta-da! What's pink stuff? Ta-da! So.
Well done, all with us.
Yeah, well done.
British buttons to Steve 2001. Cleaning pencils Jason Jones. And entry into any draw to pink stuff. Ta-da! You'll all be notified from Diggers Dips. Thank you to Diggers Dips, and thank you to Graham Dempsey from the Composite Cleaning Pencil. I looked. I had to. I couldn't do it. One day I'll learn. So anyway, Scotty, overall, your thoughts on the event and the fines and everything that went on over the weekend?
It was absolutely amazing. I just can't thank my staff how much they've done. If it was, yes, I organised it, but it was the staff who made it work. But i.e. the marshals, my wife, my sister-in-law checking people in. It's just everyone basically just chipping in and just getting on with what they were meant to be doing. It just worked out perfectly. There was no complications whatsoever. Everybody enjoyed themselves. And all in all, everybody had a great time. So next year, fingers crossed, I'm not saying it's going to happen, but maybe next year will be Detectorcon 2022.
Detectorcon 2, Electric Boogaloo.
Scotty, nice, Dave. Scotty, you probably detected out a bit at the moment, but are you going to be going to like Rodney Cook or Detectival?
Yes, well, no for the... I'm putting it live now. No for the time detecting is not having no digs, no rallies, no nothing until after Christmas. It's now time for our staff to sit and relax and go to enjoy themselves at other rallies, i.e. Detectiveville, Rodney Cook, obviously whatever other shows there is. Let's have family time, enjoy, and just think of what we've made for the charity. Like I say, we've made £3,182 and 10 pence for Northeast children in need, something like that anyway. But it's for the Northeast anyway. So
fantastic charity.
Thank you to everyone who's donated. Much appreciated. Thank you.
Are you still receiving donations?
No, we're not receiving no donations. We didn't give no bank details or nothing. But the charity has got a donation page. If anybody wants it, just get in contact with me, Adrian, or
Dave.
I'm winding them up, man. I'm winding them up.
Just say the flat block, everyone know you're on it. Or
So,
if not, if you
want to make a donation, see Dave, Adrian, or myself, and send you the link direct, and you make a donation straight through. That's not a problem.
Alternatively, Scotty, if you throw us the link, and we'll put it on our site.
By all sounds, everyone really enjoyed themselves and had a really good time. So, you know,
Adrian, I'm getting messages off air, people saying how much they enjoyed it.
Yeah. So it wouldn't hurt if they did a little tip, like a couple of quid, $5 or something.
Like I say, also I can say, out there 400 people that was on site, we've had literally two negative feedbacks, and that was it, and was nothing really.
Was it about a big bloke eating cake and Scotch eggs getting in everyone's way on the food queue? Yeah.
No, it's
I didn't go in any food crew.
Little kids back in, it's my turn first.
Well, I think they brought it to you, Dave, didn't they? You didn't have to go anywhere.
I just sat there and food just appeared. I was like, I like you.
He messaged me, Scotty, and said, a man keeps bringing me food. And I said, it's probably got Rohypnol in it, and he's going to get you in your tent later. So you bring your kids
to eat. It didn't bother me because it was food.
You would still eat it.
Yeah, it would. Yeah.
The amount of drugs I'm on, honestly, didn't touch me. After up your doses, kids.
Oh, dear.
Not literally kids, because that'd be wrong enough for me.
Dear.
So we're looking forward, hopefully, next year. But now we've got to obviously look forward. We've got Rodney Cook coming up on the first weekend of September. I think, not 100% sure, but I'm pretty certain Rodney Cook's sold out at this point. And then, of
What's the
course,
date for that, Dave?
What?
Can you give everybody the dates of Rodney Cook?
The 7th.
Hold on. Now I'm going to have to look at calendars. I don't have calendars.
I've got it here. It is
the 4th and the 5th of September. Friday the 3rd, you arrive. 4th of September is detecting. Sunday, the 5th of September is detecting, and detective will arrive on the 10th of September, and detecting on the 11th and 12th of September. And I'll
be at Rodney Cook, and I'll also be at Detective, and the Waves might be there as well.
And you're bringing Big Chris, aren't you?
Chris is coming in, Detective, he's coming.
DJ Chris. Wickle.
He's going to be good, isn't it?
And he's going to be amazing.
Yeah,
anything for the good cause.
Yeah.
Well, listen, Scott. Sorry, I'm just going to say in the chat room, Scotty, a hell of a lot of people are all saying it was a fantastic weekend and applauding the event. And me too. It was great. Really enjoyed it. It was, again...
Thank you very much to every attendee who attended the event, who made it worthwhile, so relaxed, no trouble, no nothing. That's the way it should go. And just what? For detectorists, that gives us a good name. So therefore, in the future, you just keep on doing what you've done this weekend. We can get more land, we can detect, we can find more history.
Apart from, Scotty, apart from the people who didn't fill in the holes properly, go and learn how to fill holes in properly, because me and you spotted one and we had to fill it in, didn't we?
Yep, we did.
There weren't many, but there were some.
Not many. But if you look on North of the Time Detecting Facebook page, you're welcome to add it, answer all the questions, accept the rules. If you don't like the rules, then don't add the group. But if you want to know how to fill a hole in or dig a hole, just come and see a marshal or ask myself. We'll show you how to dig a hole and fill it properly. It's nothing. And everybody started off not knowing how to detect. We're there to help you to do it properly, then we don't get a bad name. It gets our hobby recognised. So come lockdown, if we go in lockdown again, hopefully not, but if we go in lockdown again, when fishing were allowed out there to fish and we were stuck in the house, we can get ourselves recognised as a good hobby, safe and sound, and we can get out there and do what we like doing, saving history, recording history, enjoying ourselves.
Yeah, well said.
Does that make sense?
Absolutely. And we hope that when it does go into lockdown, it'll be somewhere like the 13th or the 14th of September, so we get the decent rallies out the way.
No, they reckon we're going in lockdown in winter.
Oh, I reckon we will, yeah. But I just like you say, Scotty, it would just be so nice if we're told that, you can go metal detecting,
Yeah, exactly.
Because we had a guy on last...
Our hobby, put it in the little bowl and go, forget about them.
Yeah.
That's what it's about.
I hope we don't go in lockdown again. Who's that guy last week, Dave, from America? We had a guy on, didn't we, from America? Ken King. And he was saying, like, obviously in America, they...
No relation to one, by the way.
One. I said it. He said, like, in their lockdown, they could still go out detecting. And I thought, it would be lovely if we could hear. Because, I don't know. Fingers crossed. We'll see.
How did you fall for that, then?
I would be the person... Well, there's another one, isn't there? Wayne Kerr and people like that.
I used to watch The Simpsons. And I know
that. Phones up, Mo's Bar, and I'm looking for But no, I think it was a very good weekend from what people have been saying. And Dave, you were ecstatic when you kept phoning me up saying how good everything was. Food.
Oh yeah, well the food in the Roman Horde, you know what I mean? Yeah. And the company, because obviously I don't see. A lot of the people we watch the show and a lot of people in Metal Detective made friends in a hobby, and a lot of them live locally. I don't get to see the people who I've made friends with, good friends with, like yourself, like Luke, like Scotty, like Tony Kaywood, like Graham Dempsey. I don't get to see them because we're all over the place. Mark and Karen Beckett, we're all spread out for me. So coming to these events and seeing people, it's meant for me. What, sorry?
TC was the first time I met him on Detectorcon.
No, it wasn't.
Like, properly, like having a proper conversation with them, was it?
Right.
Detectorcon.
I was going to say you were at Rodney Cook, weren't you?
Yeah.
No, he was not. He was the detective.
Yeah,
you can't remember. I know why you can't drink, because you're little. You haven't got as much alcohol capacity as me.
That's wrong, because you fill your little toe, and then your next toe, the next toe, and the next toe, and then you go with your fingers.
Yeah, but you've got size 5 feet. I've got size 11 feet.
Come on, stop telling everyone.
You said before you had size 5 feet. It wasn't me. You didn't pay tax on them because you buy bloody lot of Cheyenne's shoes off her.
Everybody lies.
Walking around in Cheyenne's little bloody Miss Kitty shoes.
If she was there, Kitty shoes, hallelujah.
Yeah. Anyway.
Right, well, anyway, Adrian Altona, some of New South Wales, he's in Australia. Some of New South Wales are in lockdown now. The Delta variant is running riot there. That's sad to hear. And it is, popping up all over again.
Yeah, it's worrying. I think. Sorry.
Go ahead, Adrian.
This, the pinging thing, that worries me because
table tennis.
With the rallies coming up, and it is getting more and more rife, and you're hearing of so many people. I think the week before Rodney Cook and Detectorcon, I'm not going to go anywhere. I'm just going to sit at home because I've heard you can get pinged like sitting in a car next to someone in traffic jam. Do you know what I mean? In theory, because it's Bluetooth. So I don't know. Blinking.
I think Luke's somehow watching now. I don't know why I get that idea, but I think Luke's watching now.
Hi, Luke.
Yeah.
You can tell on the right-hand side of the screen. Hi, Luke.
But anyway, can I just give a couple of shout-outs and then I'm finished?
Yeah, we're waiting.
I thought you froze. But anyway, I'd just like to say a big shout-out to Routers for donating Regnans for the big donations for Detectorcon, which was the main sponsors. Also, all other sponsors for Detectorcon. I'd also like to say a big thank you to Chris and Grant for the main marshals and all the other staff who helped us out. Obviously, my wife Katrina, who helped us out big time with the raffles and checking people in. And also check out Norfolk Button Boys YouTube channel and also Miller's Detecting. And sorry I've forgot you, but thank you very much. It's made up well. Thank you very much all.
Yes, Norfolk Button Boy, have a look at his YouTube channel. Also, Miller's Detecting. I've still got to go over and watch their video. I've spoken to, is it Liam? The son?
I can't tell you what's that.
Is it Liam, the son? Liam Miller.
It is Andy.
Andy Miller. Same thing.
Yeah.
It's got 4 letters in it. He's sorting out a date. They're going to be coming in on the show in the coming weeks. And I've got to give a shout out to the Staffordshire Searcher because I didn't realise he had so few subscribers for such a hidden gem of a YouTube channel. So get onto the Staffordshire Searcher as well. Who I am going out to play with on Saturday again, if my feet can take it.
Yeah, I'm out Saturday. Can't wait.
And I had a call off the doctor today, and I'm being put forward to a specialist now, so I might be able to walk in the future.
Oh,
hey, good news.
That's nice.
I actually tried to get Scotty give me a piggyback at one time on Sunday, and it just wasn't happening. What? Well, actually, do you know what I was telling all his mates? And none of them could have a clue what I was on about. You've seen Mad Max 3 Beyond Thunderdome.
Mm-hmm.
Me and Scotty on my shoulders, Master and Blaster. Nobody knew what I was on about.
Really? Oh. Just quickly, Norfolk Button Boy, he's got a giveaway, hasn't he? I think.
I've no idea.
Yeah. That runs out tonight, 8 o'clock. It's finished.
Oh, is it?
Oh.
It starts tonight, 8 o'clock, yeah.
Oh, that was badly timed. 8 o'clock
it
on
was.
Thursday night.
Yeah, but he actually, to be fair to him, he was in a chat room watching this at the same time, so he's all right.
Oh, yeah, he was. Yeah, so hats off to him. Yeah,
just go for it. Tell everyone they're making it. Sneak straight in there.
Yeah.
So go and subscribe to Norfolk Button Boy. Go and subscribe to Miller's Detecting. Go and subscribe to the Staffordshire Searcher. Go and subscribe to Arc MD Mag TV, because all of this stuff's on there.
Not the Time Detecting Facebook page.
And obviously, and the Big Detecting Show, and the Archaeology and Map Detecting magazine.
And the Treasure Hunting magazine.
Yes,
he was looking for it then, and he can't find it.
No, I was reading it a minute ago.
It's like that in a big secret.
I was reading it before the show because I want to get a new pinpointer, and I was looking at
your friend Mr. Eagle Eye DJ I says, "Enjoy your weekend detecting, Adrian." Grr face, cry, cry.
Yeah, because our permission, the farmer's done the fields, and it's first time out properly, and he's self-isolating because, like an idiot, he went away abroad, so he's got to self-isolate. So I'm just going to film it, and all the gold I dig up, I'm just going to send it to him. So
don't forget to send it to me as well, because it's
I will. That's gold tinfoil, my Adrian.
Huh?
That's not gold tinfoil.
No, I have found that, but no, I've got a feeling this weekend. You know, like we said earlier, Dave, you get that feeling.
I have that every week. I say that every time I go out detecting, I have that feeling, and it never comes true. But I had the horde feeling at Detectorcon, and it was right. So it must be just for when some other people are detecting. Anyway.
Yeah.
Next week, I'm still waiting for a date to confirm. The following week, now, we've got people, and it's going to be something silly like 2 o'clock in the morning there. We've got Japan Treasure Hunters, a YouTube channel of American chaps in Japan. So they'll be coming on live from Japan. A very, very interesting to see, because we've seen, what was that? What's the, you know, the one, the treasure hunting one, like Curse of Oak Island? Was it the Curse of Japanese Treasure or something? The one where they're hunting for the Japanese gold from World War II.
Yes, I recall that. I'm looking forward to them coming on.
I'm pretty certain that they've actually been looking for that in parts themselves, but not just that. They go to a hell of a lot of historical sites and a lot of religious Japanese sites as well. Not detecting, just, you know, to video document it for the likes of ourselves who don't get to any knowledge of these places. So very much looking forward to Jonathan and the team there. So anyway, I think that will do us for the night. Fantastic having you on, Scotty. Again, can't thank you enough for allowing me to be, and the Big Detecting Show viewers, to be a part of the weekend at Detectorcon. And I'll take it on behalf of myself and everybody else who attended to thank you and the team from all of us. So thank you for that. And we look greatly for the next one.
Thank you. I'd just like to say thank you to Treasure Hunting Magazine, Julian, and also Adrian. Also yourself, Dave, from the Big Metal Detecting podcast. Also,
no idea what the show's called, have you? No idea what the show's called at all.
Everyone.
No.
Scotty, you've no idea what the show's called, have you?
It is the Big Metal Detecting, the Big Metal Detecting Show. How
Nearly. It doesn't matter.
It's the Big Detecting Show. It's easy and it rolls off the tongue.
Yeah. Oh, it's because I get. Never mind, that's what it is. My bad. I get mixed up with it. Oh, you're just Metal Detecting Magazine, and then yourselves, the big podcast, like the old version.
Ah, the old version.
Old version. That's how I get mixed up with. But anyway, thank you
Scotty,
very much.
I love you, whatever you call us.
And thank you everybody who made this weekend go perfectly fine for the obviously everything. Anyway,
No, hats off to you, mate. Well done.
You get yourself off and have a beer and get yourself to bed.
I will be. Good night. Thank you.
Cheers, Scotty.
Bye.
Adrian, pleasure as ever. And thank you to Laura for producing the show so adequately well tonight. And thank you to everybody for tuning in. Good night.
Ooh.
Oh, and also I've got no sound.
I can hear you, Dave.
La 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 la.